All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee with Kyle and Ann. I'm Ann Rossley. This is Kyle Harvey. We sell real estate in
Hello.
downtown. We sell real estate in downtown Chicago, and we love to talk about what's really going on. Per usual, today we're going to start our episode off with stats. By the way, this is our 190th episode.
I love the applause. I love the applause. Oh my God.
Today. Isn't that awesome? So, those of you who are not so interested in stats, hang on, fast forward through if you're watching this on the tape version, and because we're going to talk about staging. And Kyle's got some amazing stuff like properties that sold with staging, how fast they sold, and how it really makes an impact. And don't we all love peeking into other people's homes? So, story, right?
Yeah. Let's get going.
Okay. What did I forget to say on my intro thing? I forget. Did I forget anything? I'm fixing my screen here. No, everything said?
Everything said. Everyone, we have new cameras that we're getting used to, okay? Just so you know.
Oh, yeah. So they kind of follow us. So
it's going to follow like, ooh, wait, let's see if I can make it move. It's not moving. It's like, lady, sit. It's a smart camera.
Yes. Anyway, okay. So we're going to go to stats. Here we go. Those of you who've seen our show before know how this works. We're going to talk first about houses, and we talk about the Chicago lakefront communities, South Loop to Edgewater, and those just west, like Bucktown, Wicker Park, Logan Square, North Center, blah, blah, blah. You got me. Okay. Single family homes. Now, I did this morning at like 5:30 in the morning. June 1st is today. So this is the latest, as Kyle pointed out. Go ahead, say it.
She's not. We have no inventory. There's just no inventory.
Oh yeah, no. What I thought you were going to say is what we talked about before. This number will go up because
Things
that occurred on Friday didn't get yet reported. But okay, so 90
and over the weekend.
Yeah, over the weekend. 97 homes closed in May.
Can you get rid of the top? Can you get rid of the top just in case there's more information across the top?
I forgot to.
There we go. Homes closed. Okay, good.
Just in case.
Sorry.
Okay. So here's the deal. 97 homes through Friday reported. That's when you see a number here like -4%, that means not versus last month. That means versus the year before of May. Right? With me, everybody? So
wow.
So 97, but look, it's coming up. Better, but we haven't gotten inventory yet. Okay. Homes under contract, 108. Now, this is interesting. May is typically not the highest month of the year. I think it's because inventory has been coming up a bit, and that's why it's higher this month than last month. And it's actually
I think you're right. I think you're right.
It's up versus a year ago.
I've also noticed, because does this not include private listing contingents? A lot of people are keeping properties on the private network as contingent instead of shifting them once they're contingent to the public network.
That's a really good question. We're going to have to ask MRED what that is. You're right. I don't know the answer to that.
I think a lot of this data is only the public network. Go ahead.
That could be. All right. Homes for sale, only 114, down 41% from a year ago. Like you said, the story's inventory. The supply of homes is still like it was last month, 1.5 months, down 35% from a year ago. And the median sales price now is up to $1,565,000, which is up 48% since 2021. Think about that. The median price is up almost 50%.
Good Lord.
Good Lord is right. Okay. So now these are year-to-date numbers through May. Units of closings, single-family homes in the lakefront communities. This year-to-date, 338 is down 14% versus the previous year, which was up a little bit. Okay. Next slide, Ann. Oh, yeah, we're going into attached now. Condos, co-ops, townhomes. All right. In the month of May, 1,084 closed, down 3.2% versus May of 25. Attached, 1,055, up 1.4%
Do you
from last
find,
year.
and do you
Mhm.
find that attached are much less cyclical than houses, single family homes? That I find that people are buying condos all year long. I think it's a little quiet in the summer vacation months. But do you find that there's the same sort of, I guess it is. I don't
Well, look
know.
at our cycles. Those are the monthly
Yeah,
ups and downs.
yeah. But I still find that my buyers are active and sellers are when I'm listing, I always find summer to be as active. I don't know.
Well, okay. So from the gal that took stats in college, this is not a properly done graph. This is the
Oh,
graph that InfoSparks does, but you're
oh,
really supposed to go from 0 up. You notice it starts at 250.
hmm,
You with
uh,
me? So
yeah,
if it were properly numbered, you wouldn't see so much of an up and down. It wouldn't be
got it.
so. You with me? And the other
Yes,
thing is, because here's the point, it looks like it's a huge up and down on this chart, but when you
not
look
that
at
much.
that, it's not so much. Let's see. For example, 500 closed in December versus what, 1,000 something. So you have
Mhm.
half as many,
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that you have none, right?
right.
When you see
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
dip down to the bottom there.
So the graph,
So
the graph makes it seem much spikier than it really is.
exactly.
Okay.
It's still spiky, but it
Yeah.
would be this much of a range instead of this much of a range.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
hear what you're saying.
Yeah. All right. For sale, 1434 is down 32% versus
Look at that.
May
Good
of last
Lord.
year. Look at
Look at
that.
that.
It's so interesting. Now, granted, 2021, those, COVID, post-COVID,
Yep.
everybody wanted to live in a house, but still. Now,
Yeah. No, I'm with
that
you.
is a big difference.
That is.
Oh, and here's the thing that really kills me.
Mm,
Everybody says, "Oh, don't buy a condo, they're tougher to sell." Not everybody. People who don't live in Chicago or a metro market, a vertical marketplace. But look at that. 1.7 months is all we have for condos.
mm,
And then I wanted to show the showings per listing because here's my thought. Showings show us everything is a lagging indicator. Showings are the best thing we have, or where's foot traffic and where's the market going.
mhm,
Showings per listing are down in the month of
mhm.
May. So does that mean that buyers are starting to leave the market? And you don't think so? You think that
Here's
this
why. The
stat doesn't
months
mean
the months of inventory and the numbers of showings seems to be connected. So if you have fewer months of inventory, you're going to have fewer showings because they're going to go under contract so much faster. You're not going to need 15
good point.
showings per
Got-
listing
Right.
because there isn't so much to choose from. People are buying. They're
Yeah.
not, I don't need to see everything. I don't need to see everything twice. You know what I mean? Does
I
that
do.
make sense
That makes
that
real sense. Yes.
because
Real
when you're
sense.
looking at the days on market are down. And
Yeah.
so that would suggest that there are fewer showings per listing. And so that's my sense.
No, I like that. I think that's a good indicator. 476, 379. How's that for a median sales price? That tickled me.
Mm.
So
That
there,
looks like a
condos are
Michael
going up.
Rosenblum. That looks like a Michael Rosenblum price.
Oh my gosh, you're right. You are so
747.
right.
Oh, you always know it's him when it's 747 at the end. Shout out. Classic
Oh dear.
guy. Classic guy.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so here's the year to date through May. We're down 5.6% versus last year. So down a little bit, not as drastic as single family homes, but still. Okay, I only have 2 slides that are national slides. This is the first one. This is the most recent Freddie Mac. We're at 6.5%. Boy, it was fun when we dipped down under 6,
I
wasn't it?
know. I know. It
And
was really
here's the
nice.
other thing. This is a national one. Um, this is showing housing prices year over year in major metro market areas. And I'm sorry, it's difficult to read, so I'll translate. It's showing year over year. So the market that has had the greatest appreciation in price is Detroit on the far left side at 10% increase in
Wow.
price year over year. Folks, Philadelphia was number 2 at 7% up, and we were number 3 at 5% up.
Wow.
Those markets on the right are showing price depreciation or the
Hmm.
decline in value. Now, remember, it's median sales price. I mean, there are all kinds of things going on, but Dallas is down 3.8%. What I find so fascinating is oftentimes when people report that prices are down, what they really mean is appreciation has slowed,
Yeah.
right? And the
Yes.
numbers get wonky and they scare people when they shouldn't. In this case, it's really true values up and down.
Yeah.
So these are real numbers instead
So
of
it's also interesting that some of these markets that are down are building. They have construction going on in them. Texas is still building, for
yeah,
example.
right,
And
right.
so when there's more supply, the prices stabilize and increase, and the increases are lower in the price
Yes.
appreciation because there's more to choose from, more people, and ultimately it's good for their market that this happened. But Chicago is not building, so our prices
No,
keep going up, 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 up.
absolutely. All right. So that's what I have for you. Let me remove this
Very
and
interesting.
let's go to you and all of your fun
Go
stuff.
to
You ready
us.
for me to
We're going to talk about staging because this is something that's near and dear to our hearts. I'm going to have to make this bigger because now I can see it. So one of the things that Anne and I have been working on together, and I've been working on with other clients, is getting their homes ready to sell. And in this market of rising prices, you really have to meet the market to stand out and get the price that you want. Almost everyone is staging in some way their home to get it ready to sell. And houses that do not do and by when I say the minimum, I mean the minimum that is expected of the market. It's a lot of work. Just don't do as well. And we're going to walk through it. So, walk through some of the first several points of this slide because it's so true, Anne. And we did this weekend. Go ahead.
well, for first, what brought this topic to the fore is Kyle and I are working on a new listing together, which is a remarkable single family home in Lincoln Park. So if you're looking for something in the Lincoln Park School District, feel free to reach out to us and we will let you know. We're hoping it'll go on by the end of the month. And when I first got in the business, a dinosaur 40 years ago, almost 40 years ago, most people did not stage. It was just becoming a thing. And today, to Kyle's point, you absolutely have to do something. You can't just like flip a switch and say, I'm going on the market. At the bare minimum, you must declutter, clean, repair. But the market is demanding even more. Ironically, even in a fast moving market like we have in Chicago, is just an absolute must if you want to get your price. If you are not staged now, and when I say staged, I mean just like not necessarily bringing in all furniture, right? But zhuzhing and getting up snuff. If you are not looking like a hotel room or a resort, you're not going to get as much as you could and should get. The end.
Here's what it says. That first bullet point is exactly right. You need to transition from personal interior design to professional property marketing.
Right.
People's feeling, so sellers, do not get your feelings hurt. It's not about your stuff. The buyers, if
We're not making a comment, right? We're not making a comment on how you live or your design, right? I'm putting a property on the market in Evanston in the next 2 weeks. It's beautiful. Beautiful. But when my photographer walked in to take the photos, unfiltered, she goes, "Oh, it's so dark in here." Because it's more of a cozy place. And we'll see how it goes. It's gorgeous, but I don't know, because people have certain expectations.
But here's the thing. So I've got another client who's organizing their home that is very personally designed. And what I say to them is, you have to strip all the personal out. A buyer, the same buyer who's looking to buy your place, would love to come to your house for Easter or for a graduation party and think the house is beautiful. But when they come to buy, they need to see it not with you in it, but potentially with them in it. So that's from personal interior design to professional property marketing is the point. And it's not a comment on you.
Right. And that's the thing that I get most nervous about when I go to talk about a seller, because I don't want to offend them. So I would like to have Kyle in my back pocket all the time going, "It's not you, it's the market. It's not you." Right? Because
it's the second point is also
a story, don't you? You ever get a story from your clients? "Oh, but this piece is my great Aunt Sally's," right?
Yeah. And it will do the same thing in your next home. Put it in a box. Staging is a calculated business move. If you as a seller put it in your head that this is for business purposes, it'll be better. And preparing your house not with you in mind and how you're going to live in it for the 14 days tops that it's on the market. I'm talking about you, Lincoln Park. But neutralizing the environment to help the buyer. Keep everything focused on the buyer experience, and then it'll make it easy for you.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to keep going. So key is when we say focus on the buyer, overcoming the imagination gap. And how many times has one of your buyers said, "Ann, I can see past bad wallpaper. I can see past bad decoration." And then they go in the house and are like, "Oh my God, I couldn't live with lime green walls."
Yeah,
and then they reject the house. I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
So you got to overcome the imagination gap.
Yeah.
This is something that we had when we were working with a seller to stage. We needed to create spaces that communicated how the buyer might use that space.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
In a way that this current seller isn't, just because of their own personal choices, but allowing to communicate different uses for space. Like, for example, they have a beautiful music room that looks so fun, but they don't have a TV room. And so there are probably 0.5% of the buyers want a music room, and 100% of the buyers want a TV room. So it was like changing that. See what I'm saying? Defining purpose. And then enhancing atmosphere. Yeah, you gotta create rooms. You can't have empty rooms. There's so many pictures, and I didn't get all of them in our next slides, where there's a sofa up against a wall and then nothing in the room. It's like, no, that's not staging. I know it's decluttering, but it's not staging.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very good point. And there went my light. Oh, you can still see me. Anyway, what I was going to say too is we were going through that property, and as I go through properties all the time, you want to keep a consistent feel through, certainly in the room, but ideally throughout the home. meaning, and eclectic is good, but like whimsical, crazy doesn't fit next to traditional vintage,
Good point.
typically.
Great point.
So it's the gestalt, it's the whole feeling of the home. And again, if something is really, we always say depersonalize, take pictures of the family out. But if there is something about like some photograph, like of you with President Trump, that might, that besides the fact that it might be polarizing, the point is everybody would focus on that photo instead of how the room looks. So we
Yes.
need to do the whole thing.
So, and the reason to do this, so it talks about high quality digital assets. What they mean is photographs and video. And the reason for this is the Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com effect of people at 2:00 in the morning unable to sleep, opening their phones and scrolling through property listings. You want them to be attracted to your property at 2:00 in the morning. So that's why people are pre-screening. I cannot tell you how many, because Ann and I use Zenlist with many of our clients, and how many saves and requests for tour come in at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
I want to tell people, take a pill, but I don't, because, you know.
Right.
And we have to stage so that we can take pretty pictures, because also if we just do virtual staging and keep your stuff, when they come to look at it and they see your stuff versus the pretty pictures that we made, there's can be disappointing. And
I can
then,
tell you, I had fire out yesterday, Kyle.
Hmm.
They were really annoyed because when they're looking online, they see the picture of the kitchen, how it could be with white cabinets, and it's confusing. And then they see the brown cabinets, and then they get there. There was one property we saw on the Gold Coast where the whole property was virtually staged. There was never even current furniture in there. And when they got there,
is that legal? You're going
that's a
fine.
good
You're fine.
question.
Yeah.
Am I really?
I think you're
'Cause I don't
supposed to
see you.
you're supposed to
Okay.
give the old picture and the new picture. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
staged and the
I do.
unstaged.
And they only had the virtual staging.
Okay.
Anyway, annoying.
and
Go ahead.
more clicks equal more showings. Here we go. And stronger competitive offers. Okay. So this is clearly a staged image. This, it looks like this is actually a real picture, but that is what staged furniture would look like in a house like this. This is the stuff somebody would choose to stage it. So again, you want to pick the right furniture for, you've got a fireplace, you want cozy things around the fireplace. So it's furniture optimization. You want it to enhance the natural light. So all the things that you choose, this is a house with big windows. The person chose white and light natural colors to enhance and say, this is the brightest house. The architectural focus, they did things to mimic the pretty beams on the roof of the ceiling of the room. Notice the wood chosen for the coffee table, the bar under the picture, all of that enhanced the architecture.
Brings it all together. Yep.
And floor plan unification. This is something that Ann just said, which is while you create separate spaces, you want to have some continuity. Sometimes it's color, sometimes it's theme, but you want to create unification across the floor plan. You know, we don't need to go into this too much, but you want to create an emotional connection for the buyer. You want your staging to enhance the perception of quality, to say that, yes, it's worth the price that we've listed it at. And again, you're paying attention to the fact that buyers need to feel something to put down money. They do. They need to have an emotional connection.
Absolutely.
Speed to sale. Yeah. So the reason you want it to be beautiful, you want to create urgency, and you'll get more price. We'll keep going. Now this I thought was interesting. Ethics.
Yeah.
Staging ethics. So we can't hide something that's broken. Because
Put a rug
that
over
is,
damaged floors.
yes. And especially because you're going to have communicated any material defects in your disclosures. So you might want to, you've got to do it in a way that doesn't seem like you're hiding something. Because if you do hide something and it's found during the inspection, there's no trust between you and the buyer. And the deal the transaction will probably fall apart. So transparency is deeply important. You want to optimize a feature that is a great feature. And it's, again, it's preparation, not alteration. So you're not changing a fundamental product. You're enhancing, polishing, making it better. Okay?
An example of that. No, I was
Huh?
just going to say an example would be directing the attention to the things that buyers crave and demoting, if you will, things that they don't care about or wouldn't be attracted to.
The line at the bottom is great. We're not changing the house. We're changing how buyers experience it.
Yeah.
We're trying to get a connection for the buyer to the house so that they want it. It's an investment, not an expense. So a lot of people are like, I don't want to spend the money on staging. Okay. The return on investment of staging is unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you say, I don't want to spend any money on it, well, then you're just saying, I want a lower price for my home. So you lose. It's like lose rather than win more. It's lose. Okay. But it's a choice. I'm removing this from the stage and we're going to some examples.
Okay.
So I went into Lincoln Park and decided, because Lincoln Park, as we've told you over and over again, is for sellers, it's shooting fish in a barrel. Okay, let's just be honest. Right now, people are desperate for houses in Lincoln Park and everything sells quickly. This house at 2615 North Wilton, it was on the market for 5 days. The list price was 1.575 and it sold for almost 200,000 more. Well, 150,000 more. Not bad. Well done. And it's a little bit of an odd duck house. Not everyone's going to love.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, I didn't want to disparage it, but yeah.
Former 2-flat turned into a single family home. A lot of people don't want to be next to an alley. Even though it gives you more light, they don't like the thought of people driving past, okay? But look at what they did. They simplified. I think this may have been their furniture. They've created a family room.
Yeah.
This is their furniture. Now everyone's like, I use my office. I can't get rid of all the books. I want to go up and hug this seller for getting rid of that. That bookcase was probably jam-packed with some of the ugliest manuals, etc., that they've ever had. Cleaned it out.
It looks lovely. Yeah.
No one has ever slept in this bedroom. They try, you know what I mean? So that is a small bedroom with probably a full-size bed, pushed to a side so it looks like it's big. Look at that tiny thing. Doesn't matter. Looks great. They staged it well. Look at how they did.
Bookshelves there too.
Yes.
Love it.
That is not their artwork. These were all brought in, probably their sofa.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of stuff was brought in to enhance it. Look at that beautiful kitchen.
Nothing on the counter. Very little.
my photographer would make me get rid of the soaps, hand soap and dish soap on there.
Mine too.
But
Mine
God
too,
bless.
but-
So that's that one. And so that seems to be a mix. This house, so that's, that house we just saw was not the median sales price of a Lincoln Park home, but they got very close to it. It was a lower price house. This house is pending sale. So it too has been on the market for 5 days, starting at 1.575. And it, sorry, people, it was listed at 1.895. I apologize to seller. I kept that information. It was on the market for 5 days and it has not sold yet. The contract was in April, mid-April, so it'll probably close this week.
Okay.
So sorry about that. So we'll find out the price. Staged. Probably their artwork, but simplified, and this looks like maybe some of their furniture. Simplified.
Although look at that kitchen counter. Is that all wine rack on there? That's a little
There
much.
was probably a lot of discussion. I wanted to show you this because the other pictures focus on the traditional white of the kitchen and not the bar area. And so I wanted to show you the heartbreak that was going on with the agent who said, really, we could get rid of this stuff. And they're like, no. Okay.
Well, you know what's interesting too? This might look really fine in person.
Yes.
But you and I both know that sometimes photography makes things look wonky. And I'll tell you what, folks, the first thing that, I don't want to say bugs me. The first thing I notice when I look at a kitchen is if it has that glass mosaic backsplash that was so in fashion a while ago, it looks very busy today in photographs. Don't you think? And is distracting.
I think that's true. Yes. And I have to tell you,
the right looks busy, but
I also say that I understand why they did black versus cream to create separate spaces. But in this picture, it looks like two different rooms slammed together. Yeah. Like the black room looks more modern and all the bright colors of the soda pop versus the very serene Frenchy kitchen. It was dumb. So anyway, but
what do you really think?
Sold in 5 days. So they did this. This is the Great Room Beyond. And congratulations on look at the shelving. Congratulations on making that very simple.
Wow. Is that interesting? When you do this picture, that bar makes more sense.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
I might actually leave that picture of the bar out in my,
yes,
that
angle.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, in my life, because there's that white wall dividing it, I might have made that bar area the same,
the white
French vanilla as the kitchen. But listen, also what was good, see that big TV with the grapes?
Yeah.
They got the art version, so it now looks like a picture rather than a TV, which is charming in this room.
Yeah, agreed.
This is the bedroom, the primary bedroom. There is nothing happy to say about this room, but they made it look simple. They told a simple story, lots of space. Over in the corner is a fireplace. I just didn't show you the fireplace, but I might have organized it differently to make it a little bit more happifying of the fireplace. Now, Anne, tell us what drove the photographer and the stager crazy.
Why didn't they take all that crap out of the shower?
Thank you. It's like, how many people use that shower? Because there are 800 shampoos in there.
Exactly.
Is it a salon? Is it a salon shower? I'm just asking a question.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I don't understand completely the cabinet, but God bless.
See, that's what I was talking about before. It's not the same look. If you had a very sleek cabinet over there, it wouldn't be
Simple,
so
simple,
jarring.
simple. Simple,
Yeah,
simple, simple.
because you're very minimalist. Okay.
I love this. There are two children's rooms, and what it shows is kids will be happy here. Doesn't that look like a happy room?
Yeah. Yeah.
They toned it down enough to say, here's a cute little girl's room. I'm a little sad that she has a TV at the foot of her bed, but listen, between her and her parents.
Oh boy. Yeah, here's the boys' room. Here's the boys'
And
room.
but they made it look clean and tidy and still boy. He doesn't have
Yeah.
any kind of view, but that's fine. It's a boys' room. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so next. Let's see what okay, so this I think I got right. This is a cute little house on Montana. The listing price was $2 million, and it sold for a heroic
Wow.
$2.325 million in 4 days. Now, sometimes,
Wow.
so I want you to know that I looked at all sorts of properties that sold in under 2 weeks. So when I looked at this, I was looking for things that sold under 2 weeks, and almost, let me tell you, almost everything sold in under 2 weeks. And I tried not to find I did not give you things that were sold privately one-to-one, one agent to one other one. So no dual agency. So this one sold in 4 days. I'm giving you not all the rooms. I'm showing you, just the things that I thought showed good staging.
This is fascinating to me because, 2.3 million, you would almost expect luxury. This does not scream luxury to me.
No, but it's showing high ceilings.
Yeah.
It's showing a kitchen with a great room.
Yeah.
And it's showing that there's a downstairs and an upstairs. And it's, there's nothing on that window. There's a wall to that window, up against that window, but it's perfectly nice. This house was built in 1878. So it's got that nice vintage features. It's really pretty. So a little bit different view creates that nice little entrance to the back, or exit to the back. So look at this. This is the primary bedroom. I like that they showed the pretty old floors, the historic floors. Those look like those are original floors. Yeah. They did, and they simplified. I would have gotten rid of the computer desk, but but then look at this.
That's so cute. Talk about emotion, right?
I love that picture. Isn't that dear? It's so dear. Oh. And the kids' room. Now, no child has ever slept in that room, but it's ready to go.
It looks lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's neutral enough that a new mama will say, I would do this with that room, right?
Exactly. Or make it an office. Yeah, it's ready to go. And then there's the downstairs. So this is a basement. And dark green. And not light. But they did it as well as they could. Notice some of the staging effects. That little picture you see the picture in the sort of amongst the shelves attached against they made it look as nice as they possibly could.
Okay, but now you know what? You want to know what I see?
Tell me.
The far end wall says Notre Dame.
I know. Take it right off.
No, you know why? That explains the green of the walls.
Maybe.
And the graduates I know from Notre Dame would probably pay $100,000 more.
Can I just ask this question? What did they spill down the stairs?
That's the look of the rug.
I know, it's sort of
It's
creepy.
probably fine in person, but it does, again, that's an example of something that looks okay in person. It does not photograph well. I
Doesn't it look
totally
like
agree.
doesn't it
Yeah.
look like there was some terrible accident?
Yeah, it does.
There was a murder upstairs and the blood streamed down and pooled.
Oh my
It
God.
didn't. It didn't. It didn't. It didn't. It didn't. But that's what happens at 2 o'clock in the morning when somebody's like, "What's going on with that?" And then but they
Oh,
also curated the outside. Look how pretty that is.
beautiful. Yeah. See, now that's what makes somebody pay over. People just, even though we're COVID times, nothing beats a beautiful outdoors. And they
And
did
you
it
can
beautiful.
see that they washed it that day. So we spent some time encouraging the homeowner to really clean the backyard. This is what a clean backyard does. It looks glorious.
Sure
Okay.
does.
All
Oh, are
righty.
you ready for one more?
Next. Yeah, I've got two that are a little less done. So it is actually 907 909 West Webster. That was a
Okay,
typo,
can I
Kyle
say
Harvey.
something? Yeah, that would be interesting. That would cross the street. Um,
Exactly.
I like the fact that you are showing us homes that have the homeowner's furniture.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. I looked
Yeah,
for it.
because it shows that you don't have to
Get
take
rid of
all your
everything.
furniture.
Right.
No, there's a way
But
to
you do
make
have
it
to
look
do
good.
some. There was a lot of staged furniture mixed amongst it. A stager brought in some furniture, but
Yeah,
some didn't. So this
right,
house, so I want you to understand the red house to my
right.
right. Do you see the red house? That's not
Yes.
it. This house is the brown house and the fenced in area. So this is a big house. It's 7,400 square feet. Um,
Ooh,
it was on the market for 3.658 and it's pending, and it was on the market for a long time. And we're going to talk about that. So it's got a front yard, this area, you see that fence and then this area.
yeah.
So we're going to start with this.
Um, so
It doesn't
the
tell any story about how you would use or want to use this yard.
that drive it in the back, and that's part of a house. That's an
That
addition
is
to
part
the
of the
house.
house. This is part of the house.
Okay.
But this front space has no story and looks sort of creepy.
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
gotten the moss blasted off. I would have rented furniture. I would have made it look like the place you're going to live in the summertime.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Didn't tell a story at all. Here's more of the story that it didn't tell. No story.
I wouldn't even put that photograph in the listing. Would you even put that up there? Or maybe they did that so that they wouldn't get silly showings. I don't know. Not
I
a
don't know.
fan.
Not a fan. This is their furniture. So this is that wall. You said that is this part of the house? This
Yeah.
is that part of the house.
Okay.
This is their furniture, clearly. And there's no story other than we're all going to get together on a sofa or armchair.
What story would you tell?
I might create separate spaces within this. It's
Yeah.
a huge room, and instead it's sort of like, I don't even know what I would call this. Is this like the common room in a dorm back in the 70s? Because nowadays dorms are nicer than my home. But I don't know. It tells no story. And I have to
Right.
say that this liner up at the top, it's probably wallpaper up at the top. It just looks grimy. Doesn't that look like
Yeah.
dirt's
It does
gotten
not
up
feel
there and
very
they
well.
couldn't reach it? Kitchen.
I think some of this is photographer. Like, why would you take a picture from the back of a couch in that previous picture?
Oh, no, there were other pictures. I wanted people to see. There are some
Oh,
pictures that was probably the least awful
wow. Okay.
because they want to show the room.
Yeah.
So this is one of the kitchens. I think they have several kitchens in this house, but I wanted you to see, they decluttered everything. And so instead it's sort of like, meh.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Yeah. Okay. This is what it looks like when you don't stage your shelves. They aren't crammed with books, so maybe they took some books out, but there's nothing interesting to look at.
There's nothing. And maybe it was an estate. It doesn't say that it was an estate. But so this one they staged and said they took all the books out and then just made the room seem ginormous and tan.
Mm-hmm.
This is virtually staged. Looks better.
Okay, I was going to say, this is my best photo yet. Wow.
Yeah, that's why I picked it. This is a charming room.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's it. Next, one last one, and then we're done. Oh my God, we've run so over. I apologize, everybody. Okay,
No,
this we've seen a lot of times. This is
I love this yellow house.
an iconic house in the Old Town Triangle. It was originally listed at 1.875. It sold for 1.6, almost 250 days on market. And it is, they decluttered a lot, but not everything, and they used their own furniture.
Yeah.
So the bookcase, clear it out. I mean,
yeah.
It looks, anyway, they did everything else but the bookcase. This home would have done so much better had they rented mid-century modern furniture. Clear out all their stuff and
that
rented
scale
furniture.
is too long for both the recliner and the chaise lounge.
Yeah.
That does not work there. Oh, yeah. There's nowhere to store anything in this home, obviously, huh?
There's nowhere to store anything. They should have either solved that problem, built a closet, a modular closet, but you cannot have this, people. You cannot do this.
You know, a lot of my clients now are going and getting that IKEA cabinet.
Yes.
It's a nice, sleek thing. Yeah.
Yes.
What is
this one
the
was
garage?
not staged. This is the basement.
Oh, it could be so cute.
Or, I mean, it had a lot of elements that it could have been played up great, but people gave up. All righty. That's all we have today.
Oh, wow. That was a lot. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching Monday Morning Coffee with Kyle and Ann. If you have a topic you'd like us to bring to speak about, let us know. Please follow us on socials, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Right.
Bye.
That's what I was waiting for. Bye.
Bye.